We all existed as spirit children with our Father in heaven before we came to planet Earth, right? And we came to planet Earth to get a body and get experience, develop faith. But our Heavenly Father knew there were certain choice spirits. Abraham, Jeremiah were told that they were known by God while they were in their mother's womb. Joseph was foreordained to be a prophet of the Lord. He was foreordained. So God knew that Joseph would be his prophet before Joseph even was born. But, well, what happened to Joseph? He went home, told his mom, his dad.
They believed him.
His family supported him. And society gave him a hard time. The people in the neighborhood, the ministers and others bullied him, really. Mm-hmm. What do you think about your own experience? Have any of you been bullied because of your faith? Well, he was. And I remember when I was bullied once. I was a young intern in the hospital. Got my doctor's degree, and then I started as an intern. And at Christmas time, my chief held a Christmas party. And his chief helper, senior resident in the surgical program, said, "Would you like a highball, alcoholic beverage?" to me and my wife. I said, "No, thank you." And he came back again a little while and said, "I want you to take a drink." And I said, "No, thank you." Pretty soon he came back again. This time he was red in the face. And I could see flames coming out of his nostril. And he said, "Nelson, you take a drink or I'll make life mighty rough for you around here." I said, "No, thank you." And he got furious, and I said, "Well, you do what you have to do, and I'll do what I have to do. No, thank you." Well, we each made good on our promise. I didn't take the drink, and he made life mighty rough for me.
Tell them what he did.
Oh,
and how it turned to your good.
Well, he gave me all the long operations. He assigned where the interns were to serve, and so he gave me all the long, tough operations and no vacations. But meanwhile, I became a surgeon.
Knowing how to do really tough things.
Knowing how to do long, tough cases. Well, the Apostle Paul said that in these latter days, those who love the Lord will be subject to persecution. So just a heads up, if you haven't been bullied yet, you will.
Shall we find out what they've learned from Joseph Smith's bullying and your bullying? Tell us just even one thing when you think about Joseph Smith, all he went through, the mocking, the tortures, etc. When you just hear this one account from President Nelson's life, anything that can apply to your life about how to handle? Yes, Xavier.
Just to stand strong in what you believe in and don't let anyone move your mind from it, because what you believe in is yours.
I love that. Yeah, just stand firm. Wow. And they'll mock you more, by the way. Yeah.
Xavier's big enough to defend himself. He's 6'2" at age 14. Joseph Smith was a large man, too. Mm-hmm. He and I were both strong, able, and very vigorous, mind and body.
Who else? What else did you learn? Nabu?
Well, it's just really important to stay true to what you know, like what Xavier said, but also set that example of what you have for the people around you.
That's beautiful. That's great.
If you're living your life right, there will be people who come to ask you the question, why are you different from all the other school children? And you say, Well, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I do things that are right, and I don't do things that are wrong, or something like that. You'd say it better than I would, but you'll have that opportunity. If you're living your life right, people will ask you. Like the Apostle Paul said, be ready always to give answer to those who ask the reason for the joy that's within you.
Dylan had a comment.
Well, I always think that if they're bullying you for your religion, then they must not know what they're missing out on. Sure. So I always just try and be an example to others, to like show them how much the gospel has touched my life and how it's made me a better person personally and spiritually. And hopefully that will affect them and they'll see how it's touched my life.
That's such a great answer.
Thank you, Dylan. That's excellent.
That's what you always believe. President Nelson always says when someone says, well, what can I do? My family don't believe as I do, and tell them your answer always.
Everything that we do in this church is designed to make us better people. We don't ask anyone to do a thing that will take them down at all. We promise them more happiness, more joy, not only in this life, but in the life to come. So you really don't need to hold back.